keep an eye on that. Get it? Eyes. Don't, just be careful. In today's video, we're checking out my $220 eBay CNC machine. Right, well, this isn't going to be like a proper unboxing whatever video, but just if you buy one of these, this is what you can expect. It is really self-assembly, like pretty much nothing is done for you. Australian cord, which is good. A lot of times this stuff just comes with like a Chinese one and an adapter on the end, so that's nice. So many bolts and nuts and everything. Wow. Okay. And our main board by the looks of it. Annoy tools. Good. This will be our actual milling head. Yeah, nice. Geez, that's a proper motor there. Okay, that's quite heavy. That's probably close to 1 kilo. All right, I'll get to work. Full credit to the company, complete parts list, and the nicest assembly instructions I've seen since I used to play with Lego when I was a kid. Like seriously, exploded views. It's rendered with shadows and textures on it. I mean, that's awesome. Software instructions, wow, okay. Yeah, GG. Alright, we are set, plugged in, just need to calibrate it, and then I'm going to try carve. But I've been really impressed with the quality of the build. It's pretty good. For the price, it's great. The kit's well thought out. There's plenty of spare parts in it. The manual's really good. Yeah, no, it's so far so good, but obviously you need to try it to actually get a verdict. So let's do that. That is a solid result. Even look at the amount of detail it's kept. Even these tiny thin lines. Very smooth face on where it was machined. I thought it would have a lot more ridges, but it's like flat. That's great. Let's try the laser. Alright, got the laser on. I'm going to do another brisk logo just for consistency. I need to focus this laser, and I'm just going to do it on an iPhone. This is an old dead one that has no battery in it or anything, just because I have no idea what's going to happen. But I want to try on metal, see what it looks like. The resolution's pretty high. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but we'll give it a try and just see where we end up. On metal, to be fair, not like plastic or wood. This is harder to do. That's pretty good. There you go. That's the lighting where it looks best. That is not bad at all. And bonus points for centering it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know how powerful this laser is or if it's going to melt it, so I'm going to turn it right down to 20%. I'm putting minimum power just above 0 because I've heard that if you set it to 0, it takes a second to warm the laser back up when it comes on. You end up with a bit of lag and some missed spots because it takes slightly too long to heat up. So I put that on that. In terms of speed, just to help stop melting, I'm going to double that as well. That did absolutely nothing. I cannot see anything. I shall run it again. I don't think this material engraves particularly well because it's got such a low melting point. It sort of just melts. I think you'd struggle getting this to work on 3D printer filament, but I don't know, maybe a higher temperature plastic. I'll find out eventually. I'm not going to test everything in this video, but anyway, it's good to try. Aluminium, 1mm thick, screwed in, double-sided tape on the other side. It's all aligned. Got some water, safety goggles definitely. Boom. Let's just give it a try. Right, I had to abort mission because one of the little grub screws fell out of that spindle there, and I mean, that's no good. Basically, so it wiggled itself loose from the vibration, and then it started just gliding forward, backward, and somehow shaved the screw and didn't explode. So I guess this is stronger than I thought. I mean, the bit still looks perfect. So anyway, had to abort, but I'll clean it up and have a look. I haven't got the bits calibrated yet, so it isn't as accurate as it should be. I mean, that's too close there, but it'll work. I mean, it's not really struggling with this material. This is just very like cheap flat bar aluminium you get at Bunnings or any hardware store. And you can see where it lost track and just took off. I think this will work. I'm not going to try again because oh wow, it nearly made it through. Nearly went all the way through. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to try again because it's a waste of time without getting that calibration right. But I think this will work. Okay, so I've replaced the grub screw with sort of a spring-loaded one and see how that holds up. But the idea is that's just like a big spring washer. Still keeping that one there because I don't think it'll do the same thing again once I've gotten the right bits and everything's set up, but that's that. But I want to try one more thing, and that is laser cutting. Where's my laser? Laser cutting vinyl. Just do another brisk one. Power. Well, I don't know, let's see. 100% melted the key, but that was 3D printing plastic, which is meant to melt, which I didn't really think about. And this is a lot thinner though. I don't know, 40? 40? Okay. 40 is feeling like a smart number. Is that it? Wow. That was quick. That was seriously less than a minute. Let's try and get this off. It's probably a bit too small. Let's make another one. I've doubled the size and I've switched to 25% from 40 because 40 was just cooking a bit. So let's try that. That's pretty decent. For a small sticker and a laser that has to be manually focused, that is not too bad. So 25% power was what I was using there. Maybe could have used a little bit more to break through the adhesive on the other side. That's pretty good. I wonder if I can make it stick to something. That's pretty cool. The precision isn't like incredible on something that small, but part of that will be speed as well. It was cutting really quick. If you wanted to get rid of some of these sharp edges, slowing it down would probably help, but this is stuff I'm gonna figure out gradually as I use it. Sweet. Well, that's it for this one. I just wanted to get a general sort of start overview of how this thing works, try a few different materials and try the laser, try the CNC, and a lot of it's, you know, teething issues, getting it set up, figuring out how I want to calibrate it, and I am still waiting on some extra CNC bits so I can do more work and cut quicker. The machining metal didn't work, you know, perfectly. I'm pretty confident once I've got the right bits, this will actually work quite well. It didn't really struggle with the material itself, it's just other surrounding issues. Wood worked perfectly, no issues there. Engraving the metal, the resolution of the picture was really, really good. It wasn't bright enough, but part of that is because Apple uses their own special proprietary aluminium in their iPhones, so I think something more like raw aluminium like this would have engraved a lot better. And also it is just a low power laser. So I think a bit more tweaking, fine tuning, maybe a couple passes would work on that quite well. Plastic, if you're using the right type of plastic, I was using 3D printing filament, which in hindsight was never really going to work. And the vinyl was nice as well, that means I can make stickers now. I don't need a vinyl cutter. Again, tweaking, fine tuning needed there just for precision and everything, but it's a good start. So for $220, that's Australian as well. This is well worth it, I would say. Really good instructions. It's self-assembly, so if you're scared of IKEA furniture and that sort of thing, you may need assistance with this one. Part of the reason it is so cheap is because it's self-assembly, there's no labor, and the shipping's cheaper because it's flat pack. So, you know, I prefer building stuff myself anyway, so no complaints there. Good bit of kit. A couple things quickly. The glasses that come with it, I don't think are right for this laser. Everything I've read for this color of laser says you should be using orange or red glasses because the wavelength of the light is different on how it cancels out with the glasses. The ones that give you a green, so I've taped them over the red ones I already had, and this completely blocks out the light, but you basically can't see anything at all with these on. So I'm gonna do a little more research, figure out what type of glasses I do actually need for this, because I don't think green is right. Keep an eye on that. Get it? Eyes? Don't, just be careful. Good investment. So I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't. Don't if you don't want to, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.